Just the other day, we got the official teaser trailer for Batwoman Season 3, but now already we have the official full-length trailer for Batwoman Season 3, which will of course be returning with new episodes on Wednesday, October 13th, and this premiere will be following the Season 7 premiere of DC's Legends tomorrow, so of course expect a trailer for that fairly soon as well. I mean, that's pretty much exactly what happened with the teaser trailers. We got the Batwoman teaser trailer, I was like, I'll expect one for Legends, and then it was like the next day or a couple days after. So definitely expect that trailer within the next few days. But this was a crazy trailer because it reveals some classic Batman villains that we had no idea was going to be in the season. We already know, of course, that Poison Ivy is going to be one of, if not the main villain of the season. But we actually never even got to see her in this trailer. But we got to see some other characters like the Mad Hatter and Killer Croc, which was really awesome. So we're going to go ahead and jump into this and break down the official trailer for Batwoman Season 3. So we start off with, of course, Javicia Leslie returning as Ryan Wilder, the new Batwoman, and I think you have Luke doing a voiceover here saying like, alright, what's next, Batwoman? So then they're going on to their new mission, which will be the overarching story for this season, is retrieving all of the Batman villain trophies that were lost and just scattered throughout Gotham City at the end of Season 2. That was one of the big cliffhangers that was left off here. So you get this nice flashback moment where you see that canister with the Poison Ivy in there. I believe off to the left, that's something to do with Bane. Maybe down below, that's possibly like a tooth or something from Killer Croc. Then we've got another nice shot of Batwoman, which we actually saw this shot in the teaser trailer. And then you get to see some of those trophies floating down the river, specifically the Mad Hatter's hat, which honestly I'm surprised they haven't done the Mad Hatter yet on the show, because he's such a classic Batman villain with like how the whole first two seasons with Alice was like the Wonderland gang and everything. I was expecting it to lead to the Mad Hatter, and now it finally is, because you see, you got the hat. The hat is right here with the classic card on top of it and everything. It looks like it's being pulled out of a box, and you've got just that crazy inside there. I am wondering how it's going to work, because it's been different within different adaptations of the Mad Hatter, whether his hat is actually like whether it can hypnotize people and mind control people, or if that's just something that he can do himself. You know, it's been different. So it looks like it's going to be his hat that is specifically doing that, which I think is going to be really cool. And then you get to see him right up front and center here. Looks like he's at some sort of, actually seems like it's a graduation, because it does say congratulations graduates. So it seems like he's at like maybe a high school graduation or something. And he is attacking the place. So he's looking all Mad Hattery, just going with the whole thing, just like Alice did, just really committing to the role of the Mad Hatter. Honestly wonder if they have like a past together, or if maybe Alice was inspired by Mad Hatter. I'm interested to find out about those types of things. But then he drops this bag on the ground with a bunch of masks inside. Specifically, you can see some of those rabbit masks from the Wonderland gang. And then you've also got that blue one that kind of looks like almost like the Cheshire Cat. Of course, again, going on with the Alice in Wonderland story here. So definitely makes me think that he has some connections to the Wonderland gang, whether maybe he was the original one that started it, or maybe now that Alice is in prison, maybe he took over. I don't really know for sure, but I'm definitely excited to find out. Wednesday, October 13th. And then you get to see Alice once again in prison, as I mentioned before. That's how Season 2 ended for her character. Really a tragic ending for her character. But now she has been released on parole under the custody of Ryan Wilder. So she's going to be basically helping out the Bat Team to find all of these Batman villain trophies throughout the season. And you get this great shot here of I believe she's in the sewers here, just based off the shot later on that we see of Killer Croc. So it seems like she's going to be running into Killer Croc here. And then you get to see this shot that we saw again in the teaser trailer, where she's just walking around. Looks like she's got like maybe an umbrella or some sort of pointy stick. And you have Batwing in the background. Then you get that nice zoomed in shot of him. Still not the biggest fan of his suit. I mean, I think it looks good, but it's just like the helmet looks a little big and it's a little bulky. But then you get this nice shot of like actually the explanation of what's going on here, because this is Renee Montoya off to the left here, another classic Batman character being brought in for this season, and she's the one telling the Bat team basically that, like, yeah, Alice is being released under parole under the supervision of Ryan Wilder, and you get that great shot of her right there, and she's got the ankle monitor, and she's like, oh, does this ruin my look? It's like, oh yeah, that's what you're worrying about right now. And then in this shot of the trailer, you see once again the poison ivy in that canister, and it is Luke and Ryan. It looks like they're in their outfits from fighting crime, so Batwing and Batwoman, and I don't remember if it was Luke or Ryan that said it, but one of them says 4 down, 6 to go. I think that's what they said. So clearly they've already defeated some villains at this point. Maybe at this point they've taken down Poison Ivy, but what they don't really know is that Poison Ivy is actually out there. Like, they just got the Poison Ivy sample, but they haven't actually run into the actual person. That could be what's happening here, or maybe Poison Ivy just doesn't have a big role in this season. We really don't know for sure. And then here it is, Killer Croc in Batwoman Season 3. Obviously, not the greatest shot. It is super blurry and was just a quick shot, but you can see that looks to be Batwoman riding Killer Croc, which I think is going to be really cool. And like I said earlier in the trailer, it looks like maybe a tooth of Killer Croc. I feel like that sounds familiar as to one of the things that maybe Black Mask mentioned last season of being one of the trophies. So Killer Croc tooth, I think that's what it's going to be. So I'm really excited to see Killer Croc here, because the only other time we've seen him in live action previously was Suicide Squad, the first Suicide Squad movie, and that really was not the greatest version of the character, was not really the biggest fan of his design. It looks very similar here, but honestly I think better, and that's actually like really sad that like that was like a movie level budget, and that like if they're able to do better with the character on a CW show, that'd be honestly really sad. But hey, I mean, I'd be happy with it. So then we get this nice shot of Sophie, of course, making a return. Looks like she's got more blonder hair here, or like at least like blonde tips. So that's an interesting change. And then you've got Alice working with the Bat team. And then you get to see Jada Jet, who is going to be Ryan Wilder's mother in the season, or at least supposed mother. So I talked about this a couple months ago when we got a casting call for this season, where there's going to be this character by the name of Jada Jet, who is the mother of Ryan Wilder, and she's like the owner of this crazy tech company, and she's like super rich, and then she finds out that Ryan is her daughter, because that was another reveal at the end of season 2, was that Ryan's birth mother was not actually dead. She thought that Ryan thought that her birth mother died in childbirth, and then she went on to get her adoptive mother and grew that relationship. But turns out she is very much alive, and she's like a business owner and everything. And then you also get to see her brother, again, supposed brother. We don't know for sure if that's like exactly what's going on here. But his name is Marquise Jet, or Marquis. I'm not exactly sure how it's pronounced, but I'm assuming it's Marquise, because I know some people like in real life with names like that it's pronounced that way. So it seems like he's like the cool hip brother that's like playing basketball. So that's going to be a really interesting relationship to see this new family dynamic. And again, if it really is her family, we don't know for sure. But there is Mary. She looks scared and afraid of something. Not sure if she's like been kidnapped by one of the villains. We'll kind of have to wait and see. There's Alice, again, just being all mischievous and evil. There's a great shot of the Mad Hatter. This is probably the best shot of him in this trailer, and he looks great. A bit on the younger side than I would have expected, but I'm happy with it. I'm excited to see the Mad Hatter in the season. Seems just based off this trailer that he's going to be having a pretty big role. Might even be one of the main villains alongside Poison Ivy, but I'm excited for it. So anyways, guys, that is the end of the trailer, but let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think about the official trailer for Batwoman Season 3? Are you excited to see all of these classic Batman villains in this season, like Poison Ivy, like the Mad Hatter, Killer Croc, and of course, probably some other ones as well. There's, of course, going to be some surprises. I'd like to see maybe the return of Victor Zsasz, who we got introduced to last season. That'd be pretty cool. And just some other cool Batman villains. So let me know all your thoughts, theories, and predictions for Batwoman Season 3 in the comments below. And thanks for watching. Please drop a like if you enjoyed this video, and hit the subscribe button so I can keep up to date on everything that goes on in the DC life.